Dear Lisa, I really appreciate your unique way to convey a non-dual point of view without always falling into impersonal statements such as nobody here, no person, no world, no, 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 no. What I see in today's non-dual scene is a series of young lads and lasses who proclaim themselves awakened and enlightened. I see one of them who claims to be enlightened often discredits everyone who is into meditations or other parts. If awakening and enlightenment happens, they can happen also to someone who is meditating or playing with the dog or sitting in the toilet or chanting Hare Krishna or in jumping from a skyscraper. Why not? Yeah, I think in the beginning I spoke more in an extreme way. I don't know if I was ever really into discrediting others because I just felt like I didn't really know and what others' experience was, and I don't know if I really wanted to get into that. I think this often happens when people have an awakening as they go to more extreme non-duality, and then after time they mellow. Like if you look to a lot of like gurus that aren't alive anymore, like I'm thinking of one, Ram Dass. When I saw his early videos and earlier talks, they were like very extreme non-duality, or what we'd call neo-advaita, which is not really neo-advaita because I feel like it's something that happens after you have one of these big bangs or shifts or realizations. It sometimes can happen when you've just had an intellectual realization as well, like it can be intellectually perceived. And because, yeah, that's just often what happens. And then as that integrates more and more into the body, then the person tends to relax and then speaks more about the person. Yeah. And it's interesting, so it's like that explosion happens and then it has to be integrated more and more into the body. And then I think as that happens, then there begins to be a talking about both. But it doesn't really matter. Like for you or for anyone there, it's really what you resonate with. Like what resonates inside, rather than shoulds or shouldn'ts, or this is better or this is worse. Yeah. And it could be in those teachers that are discrediting, there could be something that feels they've got something over people, or they know something over people. Or it could just be like, when you have these awakenings, it feels so radical that talking personally for many years sometimes can seem very weird. You know, there's got to be this getting used to this expansiveness and impersonal, and then also being in relationship with others. It's like a getting used to it. But it also happens the other way around. Like I've listened and been to so many teachers that say their method is the best. So it can also be that they're a meditation teacher. Like I used to be involved in a Buddhist group, and I'm sure that they thought that they were the only right Buddhist group, like theirs was the best method. You know, it's our tendency as humans to compare. I am better, I am worse. This is better, this is not. And in the end, we don't know, because life is so magical and mysterious. Like we don't know what's better or not better. We just know what's happening, and then we have a mind that's like comparing. Yeah. I often feel that a lot of people's reaction to a teacher is often about the person. So there's two things that can happen when you're listening to a teacher speak, is you can hear non-duality beyond the person, which is the impersonal, which is the empty looking and the person, the I am, the empty looking and the impersonal, the I am. So you can hear that, and that's what we would call resonance. And then there is your personality interacting with their personality, and that's all dependent on your past. So whether they remind you of your mom, of your teachers, or your caregivers as a child, whether you feel competitive with them, whether you feel insignificant to them, better than, worse than, whether you feel that you can get attention from them or not get attention from them, whether you want attention or not attention. So then there's like the personality dynamics that all come into play. So you're like your sister or your brother, your mother. Like what I often notice is, like, so if I look at friends retreats that are male non-duality teachers, they often have a higher number of females. And then if I look to a female teacher, they often have a higher number of males that come to the talks. And it's really interesting that, because it's never really mentioned too much if the male has more female teachers. But if the female has more male teachers, then it's instantly, oh, they just go to her because of sex or because they're attracted to her. And then, but we don't really mention the other way around. But I always notice it's that way. And to me, I think it's partly about competition. And also non-duality can often tap into to love, like true love. And so there is a tendency to project that love onto the teacher, so the opposite sex, or if you're a lesbian or gay, the same sex. So firstly, competition. So it's like that the non-duality triggers the love, and then it can make you, if you're female or male, competitive with the other one. Or if it's the same opposite sex and you're straight, then it can make you fall in love with that person or admire that person. And that's all in the personality realm. And that's all okay. But that's not really what non-duality is about. The non-duality is about being the impersonal, which is right here. That empty looking in the I am that's beyond the person. It's funny the way it goes. And then there also can be a lot of hatred, I notice. Like for the teacher, it's dependent on how you related as a child. There can be so many things, like feeling rejected. Like I just talk into the camera, but then there might be the feeling of she doesn't love me or she rejects me, and then there's hatred. And it happens so quickly that it just feels like, don't like her, like a lump in the... Or him. It is a funky dunky chicken dance. That's the turkey dance. The chicken is... The turkey is... And that's really what it is. The human is a funky chicken or turkey dance. But what you're really here for is beyond form. It's beyond the character in which this is being spoken through. Really, these words are coming from no place and no thing. And that's who you truly are. That's who you truly are. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.